Good afternoon, fam. How is everyone doing? I'm delirious. How's everyone doing? Oh, me. Hello. We need Democratic senators going to Louisiana to visit the pro-Palestine people. Hey, Don. Thank you. Thank you for joining on Twitch. Okay. Have to finish a film score. Jeez. That sounds like a lot of work, Brandon. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Zamburger. Hi, Drew. Yes, Free Palestine. Correct. Okay. I feel like yeah, where's everybody coming from? How's everybody doing? Wakey. Norway. Nice. One of the there's a content creator on TikTok that I really like that I think lives in Norway. I think. I could be wrong. From New York City. Oh, same JH. New York City too. Where's the coffee? I'm about to make it. You know what? And none of you guys gave me any Rex for sweeteners. That don't suck. In fact, let me show you the ones that I got that were so gross that I was telling you guys about the other day. And I keep saying, like, send me Rex for sweeteners, folks. I haven't gotten any Rex for sweeteners, neither syrups nor powders, okay? So, hold on. Okay. So dark in here, but as you guys know, I lost my ring light. I've still not recovered it. Okay, this is the sweeteners that I have that I was telling you guys about that are really gross. Peppermint bark. Doesn't that sound delicious? Cafe Plus, I guess is the brand. Yeah, Cafe Plus. I got French vanilla, white chocolate, peppermint bark, and what was the last one? Salted caramel. Doesn't that sound awesome? They sound delicious. Salted caramel, white chocolate, they're so gross. They taste like chemicals. It tastes like soap. Yeah, so that was yikes. That was yikes. Hello. Hello. Thank you for watching on Twitch. Yes, please. Some of you guys go to Twitch. Yes, thank you. Because they are soap. No, they're supposed to be sweetener, bro. They're supposed to be sweetener. They are not though. Oh, oops. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, they taste gross. They taste like soap. It's supposed to be good syrup. I need recommendations for a good, decent syrup, right? Or a powder so that I can make my lattes. But the thing is that really is bugging me about it is that I don't want to buy an enormous one. The one thing that I liked about those little syrups, and I'm glad that I found out that they were gross, is that they're tiny. You know, I hate when you buy something and it's like gross and you can only get an enormous bottle. You know what I mean? Why do I have to get an enormous bottle of something that I might not like? Like, I'm not as upset about those little syrups because they were so small. If I had bought 4 syrups that were like the big jars of syrups and they all tasted like that, I would have been furious. And they all would have tasted like that, I would have been furious, bro. Yeah, I know. That it's kind of depressing, actually. I haven't really seen much of that. Try scissor. What's that? Scissor. Sounds like an illegal substance. So no, I'm sober. I'm sober. Sorry. No can do. You have bought those specific sweeteners before? Nice. Yeah. So you know that they're gross. But think about how if you would have gotten like a massive one, how yikes it would have been. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, it's already upsetting when you buy something and you try it and it's gross, right? So I was already bummed out that those syrups were gross when I thought they looked really good, but at the very least, they were small. I don't want to buy an enormous bag of powder, of like lavender powder, because I want to make lavender lattes. I don't want to buy an enormous bag of lavender powder and then have it be gross. I don't want to buy a giant ass bottle of syrup and then have it taste like shit. Have you tried plain old honey? Nobody makes though just a honey latte. It's usually honey and something. Anyway, this came up because we were talking about coffee. So if you guys find any recs or like know any, like let me know. But this came up because I am about to make my coffee. So here's what we're gonna do. This is oat milk. I already made the espresso. Girl. All right, so this is the espresso in this cup. Da, 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 da. Cute, right? Okay, hold on. I'm getting on. Whoops. I know. Isn't that cup awesome? I got it from, hold on. Hey, Johan. I know. Isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful. I'm forgetting the name of the place I got it from right now, but um okay. Oops. Sorry, you guys know how my dogs be. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, thank you. Please, yes, thank you. You can support my work by either donating through Venmo or Cash App or become a patron, a monthly patron where you just support me monthly so that I can continue to do this, and or Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi, which is like another equivalent of Patreon. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need it because I'm especially, I don't know if I told you guys the update about my teeth, or maybe you guys saw it in a post, but what's really depressing is that yeah, don't remind me, bro. I just went to the dentist and found out when I went there to get the consultation for my implant on my front tooth that he said that I need to have implants on both. That the other one is failing. That so I have an infection on one, and then he said that the other one is failing, so I need to have implants on both of my front teeth. It's so depressing. It's so depressing. It's going to be so fucking expensive. Like, I don't know. I'm trying not to get too overwhelmed by it, but yes, and definitely follow me on Twitch. Please follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Rumble. And stream there because YouTube's ass is still not giving me my monetization back. Absolute clown shoes. YouTube is a scam. Okay. Absolute clown shoes. Like Ethan Decline is monetized on here. Okay. What psycho was somebody just sharing was still monetized? Oh, that Patriot guy on Twitter who shared the fucking screenshot or the post on Twitter saying that he didn't care that Palestinian children were killed. He's monetized on YouTube. That's what a joke this is. That's what a joke this is. So if you're a genocidal psycho and a lunatic advocating for genocide like Ethan Decline does and like Destiny does and like this misfit patriot guy does, you'll be monetized on YouTube as you advocate for genocide. If you call that out and you say that Palestine has a right to be free and a right to defend themselves and a right to liberation, like I did, then you'll get demonetized. Yeah. Clown shoes. Absolute fucking clown shoes. Upside down world. Gaslighting to the 10th degree. Insane next level gaslighting. Insane next level gaslighting. I don't know if any of you guys saw because I posted it this morning, but it goes to my point that I was making about Kneecap getting investigated for terrorism. I don't know if you guys saw that. I shared it this morning on all my platforms. But Kneecap, the band that performed at Coachella and said that the Israeli regime was committing genocide, are now being investigated by the UK authorities for committing or for promoting terrorism or something, which is insane. So they're being investigated for promoting terrorism, for calling out the genocide and the terrorism that the Israeli regime is visiting upon the people of Palestine. This is the upside down shit that we're living with. So yes, it makes me very upset when I think about what YouTube did to me because it's such a goddamn scam and they're wrong. They're wrong. And one day they're going to be proven wrong. I want so badly to sue their asses, but I still haven't found a lawyer. So actually, this would be a good time to shout out if you are a lawyer, know a lawyer, who understands or specializes in contract law or internet rights or internet law, digital rights, whatever. Hit me up. Hit me up, email, whatever. Good time to remind everybody that I'm looking for a lawyer who's willing to work either pro bono or on a contingency to sue their asses, because their asses do need to be sued. This is so crazy. And there will come a fucking day, okay, where this is going to be confronted. Because whether it's YouTube doing this to me or doing it to other creators that they have done it for, I've brought this up many times, they've done it to multiple creators. Whether they're doing it that way, which is a form of economic violence, it is economic violence to deplatform someone in that way and demonetize them for not doing anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. For speaking out against genocide, okay? And then on a much more serious level, you have bands like Kneecap getting now investigated by the UK authorities on terrorism because they spoke out against genocide. This is the fucking upside down world we're living in. Fucking upside down world. Left is right, up is down. Genocide is okay, but calling out genocide is not, okay? Committing genocide and terrorism isn't terrorism, but calling out the terrorism is terrorism. Got it? Committing genocide is not terrorism. Calling out the genocide is terrorism, according to the UK police and the West and YouTube and all the other fucking hacks. Okay? It's totally insane. It's totally fucking upside down. It's totally, first of all, it's totally insane. It's totally upside down. It's totally unjust. It's total bullshit. Okay? Unjust, unfair, total fucking bullshit, horse shit, scam. Okay? And again, they're breaking their own fucking rules. That's why I want to sue their asses. Okay? I've already had somebody tell me that I had a good case against them because they are breaking their own rules by doing this to people for just like speaking out. Didn't do anything wrong. And then instead of even just like giving them a strike or taking down their videos, you permanently demonetize them after a warning. That is breaking your contract. So I'm not over this. I'm still looking for a fucking lawyer. Okay. And I'm still going to be talking about it. Okay. Fuck anyone who has not spoken out about this. Fuck anyone who hasn't spoken out about this. I'm going to go on Generational Changes podcast next week, and I will be talking about it there. But for those of you who have ignored me, fuck you. I see you. What was I even complaining about before this? I don't know what I got on this rant. I think I'm going to start splitting my, my individual YouTube videos, from my streams, like on different channels. I think I'm going to start doing that. But that doesn't change the fact that if I start splitting my, regular YouTube videos from my streams onto a different channel, that does not change the fact that I'm still going to be streaming on here. I still want people to follow this channel. I'm still going to be streaming here. I still want people to follow this channel. And I still want to sue YouTube because you can't just do this to people. This is bullshit. That's why I also want a hearing on Capitol Hill. This is bullshit. You can't just do this to people when you're a fucking monopoly. Okay? Jen and Pete, yeah. Yeah, for real, Dawn. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to have to go into more fucking debt too because I have to get this implant, you know? I have to get the implant. There's an infection in my tooth. There's an infection in my front tooth. I have to get the implant. But obviously, I don't have the fucking money for the implant. It's thousands and thousands of dollars for 2 of them. And that's with what my insurance will cover. So I'm going to have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, okay, on these implants with insurance, okay? And I don't have it. I don't have it. So what am I going to have to do? You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to go into more debt. I'm going to have to put it on care credit. Like I'm going to have to take care credit out and put it on care credit and go into more debt as if I'm not already in a fucking ton of debt. I'm already in so much debt, folks. I'm an American. That's what we do. We go into fuck ton of, we have so much debt. Americans have so much debt, bro. And I, like all other Americans, am in a ton of fucking debt. I'm in a ton of fucking debt. I'm about to go into more debt. Because care credit that I'm going to have to take out for my implants, in case those of you who don't know who live in civilized countries, okay, care credit is a specific type of credit that Americans can take out for fucking healthcare, okay? That's what it is. That's what a joke and a scam that this country is. That you have to, that our system has a whole thing, a whole type of credit called care credit that is specifically meant so that you as an American who can't afford your health care can take it out for healthcare costs. That's what it's for. That's what a joke our system is. Our system is such a joke and such a scam that you have to take out credit under a specialized thing called care credit. Not regular credit cards, a specialized fucking credit called care credit reserved for shit that needs to be done for healthcare. Healthcare that should already be covered. Healthcare that a civilized country already guarantees their citizens. Healthcare that a civilized country with civilized laws already guarantee their citizens. But we don't do that in America. So I'm going to have to put it on fucking care credit. It's such a scam. And I know a lot of well-meaning people telling me to go to Colombia, telling me to go to Brazil, telling me to go to Mexico. The problem is I can't do that for implants because you would have to go back multiple times. An implant is not like a one and done. It's not like you go and you get the implant, it's one and done. You've got to go back multiple times because first I have to have a bone graft. Then after I have a bone graft, I have to have the tooth removed, a bone graft. Then I have to have a post put in. Then the post has to sit there for a couple months to set before a crown can be put on. And then the crown has to be reworked to make sure that it fits with the rest of your teeth. It's like a 4-step process, folks. So like, you can't just like go in and get like a one and done implant and then that's it. I'd have to fly back to these places multiple times. And that way it doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't make any financial sense to have to fly to Mexico or Brazil or Colombia 4 different times for an implant. Like the cost of that would add up very quickly. It doesn't make financial sense. Which is why like if I'm going to Mexico for plastic surgery, which I am going to eventually, okay, it's on my dream board. If I'm going to do that eventually, then that's what you go to Mexico for a like one and done procedure. But you don't go there for like things that like you have to go back to multiple times, you know? I'm really not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to the fucking debt. I'm not looking forward to the fucking procedure. Have you guys ever seen what it looks like to have an implant placed? I was posting about this the other day and somebody told me that I deserved it, what I was going through because of my alcoholism, which was cute. I didn't know it takes multiple visits because it's not just like a first thing. Oh yeah, I've gone to a few different endodontist and periodontist for consultations. In fact, this last one was like my third specialist that like I've seen specifically on my implants. Have you considered getting Bro, honestly, like no, like not even kidding. I bet like somebody made a joke and said if you even tried to go to Mexico to get the work done, you might not get let back in. It's just funny. I just thought it was funny that they were like, "You probably won't get let back in the country." Also, this is what a scam country we live in, that people have to, not only put shit on care credit for their, like, healthcare needs, but that's mostly what GoFundMe is for. Like, what people use GoFundMe for here. It's mostly for, like, healthcare costs. That's what a joke this is. In this country, this very uncivilized country, we do healthcare by GoFundMe. So we do healthcare by care credit and GoFundMe. Things that should actually be covered. Yeah, for real. And you know what's fucked up? The Democrats aren't even talking about it. They're not even talking about it. It's not even a discussion anymore in the, like, zeitgeist. It's not even a thing. It's not even a thing anymore. They're not even fucking talking about it anymore. My Red Note app is being updated on my phone randomly. That's odd. Guys, I miss Red Note. I miss Xiao Hung Shu. I think we need a different party, honestly. My TMJ, you guys, is so bad that, like, without even thinking, I just clench. Yeah, exactly. There's no plan. You guys remember, like, how when Biden won, okay, when the Republicans spent most of their time complaining and claiming that the election was rigged and that Biden didn't really win. But when they weren't doing that, they actually were planning and plotting immediately what they were going to do. What are Democrats doing? There's literally, oh yeah, especially in my jaw. I have tooth pain all the time, and in my jaw especially. Um, oh, these old things. Thanks. I have a couple pairs actually that I don't wear as much. I really should. I love Ray-Bans. Um, maybe I should watch my mouth before I find out that they're like some lunatic Zionist company watch. But they are actually my favorite glasses. I've had them for a while. I got them from Poshmark. Poshmark is where I mostly get. No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Democrats are fucking pathetic because they're reactive as fuck. They don't lead on anything. We're not having any discussions about Medicare for all, about abolishing ICE, about raising the minimum wage, unionization, all these things, housing for all. We're not even having those conversations in the Democratic Party are not even in the fucking zeitgeist. Okay? They're not even in the conversation. You've got bitches like Cory Booker being like, we're in a moral moment. Okay? We're in a moral moment as I'm incredibly immoral. We're in a moral moment. We are. As I do incredibly immoral shit. Policy? Policy, anyone? Policy? Bueller? Bueller? Policy? No? Okay. There are no policies being oh, I didn't even realize my computer wasn't plugged in. There aren't even any policies being proposed, bro. There are none. No policies being proposed. Nothing. They're not. When the Republicans lost, you guys, they what was the thing I was going to say? They immediately started putting their plans together. They started getting people to run for school board all over the country. They started creating more like refining Project 2025. Stephen Miller, that bald vampire fascist, immediately started this like, what do you call it? Like Republican attorneys coalition to sue colleges and schools for like wokeness and DEI. Like they immediately started planning and plotting. What have the Democrats done to do anything? Planning and plotting. Oh yeah, that too. The Republicans also started planning and plotting on how they were going to dismantle public education. They started planning and plotting on how they're going to dismantle public education, how Trump was going to run again. What have the Democrats, since this loss, planned, plotted, or put forward that they were going to do differently? Yeah, nothing. They haven't done anything. They haven't planned or plotted shit. In fact, when you had David Hogg come out and go, hey, maybe we should do some reforms. James Carville came out and was like, how dare you criticize the Democrats? Like, how fucking embarrassing. James Carville really came out and was like, how dare you criticize the Democrats? How dare you criticize us multiple time losers that haven't won an election, that are two out of three losses to Trump. Okay. We lost 2 out of 3 times to Trump. Our approval, okay, we're the Democrats. We lost 3 times to Trump. Our approval rating is at 21%. But I'm James Carville, and I haven't won an election since before most of the people running as Gen Z were born. And now I'm telling people who say that maybe we should reform the party to shut up. Like, you guys, it's so fucking crazy when you actually think about it. Like, it really is crazy. It should make everybody fucking despise the Democrats, but instead you have people doing apologia for them. Like, honestly, when I think about that, it makes me enraged at the Democrats. When I think about that, think about the fact that they've done that, it makes me enraged at the Democrats. People aren't enraged. They're running cover for them. People aren't enraged. They're running cover for them. James Carville's sitting there telling David Hogg to shut the fuck up, as this bitch hasn't won an election since before David Hogg was born. And the Democrats keep losing. They keep losing. You lost. You lost to Trump twice. Your approval rating's at like 27%. But there's no self-reflection. There's no self-reflection. Have any of you heard any of them say that they were going to have any reforms? Have any of you guys say it? Have any of you guys heard them say they were going to have any reforms? No, it's just more cowbell. What are AOC and Bernie even talking about at these rallies? What are Bernie and AOC even fucking talking about at these rallies? Anything? Hey, Linda. Long time no see. It's great to hear from you, Linda. And you know what you just reminded me of? Who I'm missing also, because Linda's one of our OGs on this stream, is I have not heard from O'Day in over a month. And it's making me very, very worried about him. Excuse me. It's great to see you, Linda. Thank you, Ronald, for the Cash App. I see it. I see it live and in real time. Thank you. Shout out to you. Yeah, where is O'Day? Like, I'm worried for him. Yeah, when people talking about AOC running in 2028, it's like embarrassing. She's not going to be the nominee. She's not going to run. Do you really think they're going to run another woman after two have lost? They're not going to run another woman after two have fucking lost. Like, that's not going to happen. I'm telling you right now. And also they hate AOC. It doesn't matter how much AOC sells out, how much she tries to like conform and pretzel twist and absorb herself into the Democratic establishment. They're always going to hate her. But also, too, fuck the people that are saying that you shouldn't primary Democrats, because that's how AOC won. AOC is loved by a lot of people, a lot of Democratic voters, and how she won was primarying someone. So get the fuck out of here. No, AOC is not going to be the fucking nominee. People need to stop trying to make that happen. It's not going to happen. They hate her. It's never going to happen. They're not going to run a woman again. I'm telling you guys right now, they are going to run another establishment hack, another bad discount Obama impersonator. I know, Linda, me too. I hope he's okay. I'm like genuinely worried about him because he used to come into the lives all the time and I have not seen him in at least 2 months. And it was, remember how he told us that he said that if he didn't give the IOF like a ransom by the end of February, he was going to go to jail. I hope he's okay. It's going to be, I'm telling you guys right now, it's going to be one of the discount Obama impersonators. And by that, I mean, probably not so much Beto O'Rourke. He's pretty washed up by now, but he was one of the bad Obama impersonators. Then you have Pete Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom, Cory Booker, Josh Shapiro. All of these people are bad Obama knockoff impersonators. And it's going to be one of those hacks that they run in 2028. I'm telling you right now. Your art looks dope behind you. Thank you. The art was actually done by my husband. It's his piece. Thank you for asking, Johan. It definitely still hurts. I don't know. Were you here earlier when I was complaining about how I'm going to have to fucking put my implants on a fucking credit card on Care Credit? Because, of course, I don't have the money to get these implants that I need. Because in our country, that is definitely not civilized, we don't cover people's health care, so they have to do it by fucking GoFundMe, or they've got to put it on a fucking credit card, like Care Credit, which is credit in the United States specifically for healthcare costs, which is what I'm going to have to do. Totally. Totally. They all are. The whole thing is a fucking scam. Our healthcare system is a mafia, folks. It's a mafia. You'd make loads on OnlyFans? Lol. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I never could. I never could. I got offered jobs like that before, going into those like hit girl shit, and I just couldn't. Yes, thank you, Twitch raid. Not that I'm trying to hate on anybody. Yes, raid, Twitch raid, Twitch raid. Not that I'm trying to hate on anybody. Okay, I don't want to make anybody think that that I'm putting down sex work. I'm not. Sex work is work. I support our sex workers. But it's just not something that I could personally do. It's not for me. I can't, Shoab. I can't. Because like I explained earlier, it's not something I could just get one and done. The work specific. I mean, I need a lot of, like, let's say that I was going to go to Dubai or Mexico or Turkey or wherever to get my wisdom teeth pulled. I could do that. Or like a cavity filling. I could do that. Or even maybe veneers. You might even be able to do veneers in a day, I think. If I were going to go for that, then I could do that. I couldn't do it for, which I do need to have my wisdom teeth pulled, by the way. I could do that. But when it comes to getting implants, I can't go to a different country for that because I've got to go to multiple appointments. It's like a multi-step process. It's not like a one and done thing. So I couldn't just go back. You make money on OnlyFans? You did? Thank you. Thank you, Kairos. That's awesome. Am I following you on Twitch? Let me check. Is this the name of your channel, Kairos? Well, how do I go to your channel? Here we go. All right, I just followed you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you guys. I love when people react. I love live reacts. Uh Your cousin is a dentist where? She'll do it for free. Wait, which one? Because I got to get my implants done here. Will she pull my wisdom teeth for free? Pull my wisdom teeth or put veneers on? Put veneers on me for free? Hey, Whitney. Yeah, awesome. Shoaib don't belong to this woke left-wing group. Are you talking about me? I'm woke left-wing group? What? Yeah, but you know what? If 60% of women between 20 and 25 are on OnlyFans, what does that tell you about the state of the American economy? I obviously can't speak for all women, and some women, yeah, a lot of women are, fine with it, and it's what they want to do and good for them and all of that. But not everybody who's doing that, it's because they actually want to. It's because they can't fucking afford to live. And we live in a very sexist and patriarchal society where, women are treated like they don't matter except for what they can provide sexually. And so then people like criticize them for being sex workers or doing things like that or using their body to make money when it's like, okay, well, then maybe if you stop treating women like they didn't matter except for their body, they wouldn't have to use that to make fucking money. Okay. Hold on, I got to get more ice. Which again, I'm not denigrating anybody who's doing that, okay? Never. Sex work is work. I'm just saying. It's just not something I can personally do. But you do you, boo. I'm way too picky in my own fucking personal life when it came to men, okay? Let alone making it like a career. I thought I did follow you on Twitch, Johan. I thought I did already. What up? Okay. I did. It should work now. I thought I did. Yeah. My jaw always hurts too. That's the thing, because my TMJ is so bad that like my fucking jaw always hurts. Yeah, a lot of people are. A lot of people are. And some people, they like it. They like, all that shit. But not everybody does. Some people do it because they have to. And then people act really judgmental about it. It's like, well, if you don't want people to do that, then don't make it impossible for like people to have money. It's also like I tried contacting you. Oh, but I do. Wait, where did you DM me? Did you DM me or did you say you couldn't find the DM? Some I don't look at. Like forget about TikTok and Instagram. Like I get way too much fucking I just stopped looking. I just stopped taking Instagram and TikTok messages because they were so insane and it was so much. The best way to contact me is through Discord and or through just emailing me, which is my email is at iamblakely@gmail.com. I am Blakely@gmail.com and or through the Discord, a direct message through the Discord, which I don't get to check the Discord as often as I would like to, but it's great. It is great for just like sharing and having a community for all of us, for you guys to also be in community with each other. Couldn't find one. Hey, yes, on Twitch. Thank you. We got 25 people on Twitch. Woohoo! Yay! Yay! So, once again, I'm also shouting out if anybody knows a lawyer, is a lawyer that would be willing to work either pro bono or on a contingency basis to sue YouTube. Somebody who understands like contract law and internet law. You're going to make us old learn what to do. Nah, brah, I don't even know how to use Discord. And I used to think that I really like Slack. So I thought, oh, it's gonna be like Slack, it'll be fine. But like no, Discord actually also overwhelms me. I need a contract lawyer and somebody who also knows internet law because a lawyer did look over my case without like my whole thing with YouTube, and what she told me was that she thought that I actually did have a good case against YouTube if I were suing them for breach of contract. She said that like you can't sue them for like First Amendment shit or whatever because obviously it's not government, which I knew, but she said that she thought that I had a really good case for suing them on the grounds of breaking their contract because I did not do anything wrong, and they basically circumvented all of their own stated rules, stated policies, stated precedents by permanently demonetizing me on a first warning. And that could be considered, that would be breach of contract. Yeah, that's probably why. If I had money and I could pay for one, I think it probably would have gone a lot quicker. Uh, but the thing is that I could pay them if I won, which I think I would, because then if I sue their ass, then they would have to pay me back for the money that I've lost. Also, I think it would be so great to sue them too, also for the principle. Like, I feel like it would be so validating to all the creators that they've done this to, you know? I think that it would be a very validating. I believe that I have a good case and that I would win if I sued them. I'd love to see the discovery part too, because I do actually think maybe I'm being conspiratorial or thinking too highly of myself, but I actually do think they targeted me. So I'd love to see the discovery on that. And it would be such a great victory if I sued them and won, which again, I believe I would, because it would be a victory for all content creators that they've done this to. It would be such a nice like vindication of who all the people that they fucked over. No, it wouldn't have to be a class action. I could do a class action if other people wanted to participate, but you don't have to have a class action lawsuit to sue someone for breach of contract. That one dude sued Twitter and won, and they had to pay him back and reinstate him. As it happens, who's done. Okay, so maybe you could help answer a question for me then, Whitney. Where would be a good place to possibly find somebody who like could represent me in a case like that? I know it's going to be hard because a lot of people don't want to do it either pro bono or they don't want to do it on a contingency where I could pay them hopefully after I won. But what I was told by the lawyer who did look over basically my whole correspondence with YouTube, she said that she thought I had a good case for suing them under the terms that they broke their contract with me. Because YouTube, when you go into their partner program, you are entering into a contract with them. And if they're doing to you what they did to me, they are breaking their contract with me as a creator that depended on that income. I mean, the lawyer at least that looked over my thing didn't told me that she thought I could win. She couldn't represent me. What she told me was that she couldn't represent me because she works for a firm that doesn't allow outside work. But she did look at it and she said that she thought that I had a really good case and that I would win. It's just a matter of finding somebody that would be willing to do it without me paying up front. But it would be like something cool if I could find somebody that would, because I do believe I would win. Um, thank you. Thank you. I do thank you, Alcides. Alcides, who just sent me a Venmo. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Um, I think that not only I believe I would win, based on what I was told about the contract and how they broke it, but I also believe that it would be a win for all content creators. Because again, I'm not the only person that this has happened to. This has happened to a lot of people that I know, and it's so unjust. It's so unfair. And they did. And the person that explained it to me, and I agree with them, that they did break their contract with me because there is an expectation that you're fulfilling your contract obligations with them by following their community guidelines, which I do. And then, but they're supposed to too. They're supposed to follow their own guidelines. So by them just kicking me out with real no due process, no real way to understand why they did what they did, no evidence, on a warning, on a warning. They hurt me substantially financially by kicking me out of the partner program after me putting in a year's worth of work to get in. Like, I invested a year of my time uploading content and doing lives in order to even qualify for their program for them to kick me out 6 months later. That is them breaking their hand of the deal. They're part of the deal. They're part of the contract. And they need to be sued and they need to be stopped. Like, they need to be held accountable. Like, this is so not okay. But I just joined. Can you recap of what I can give that info? Yeah, so basically, I mean, I have been talking about it just now, so I don't mean to be like boring if I'm repeating myself, but like basically, YouTube kicked me out of their partner program. They permanently demonetized me on a warning. Never had a strike, never had a warning. They permanently demonetized me on a warning because they said that I was promoting terrorism in my video, which I was not. It's bullshit. Um, and they took the video down and permanently demonetized me. Now, in my opinion, I didn't do anything wrong. They should have never taken the video down. But even if I had, let's just say that I had, the fact that they just gave me a warning when they say that they don't give permanent penalties to people on warnings, that on a warning, they demonetized me permanently. So no option to rejoin, no option to join the program after a period of time, no 2 strikes and then a 3rd strike, you're at nothing. They just did it just like that on a first warning, which is so insane. So I was going back and forth with them and explaining to them how they had broken their own policies, and they basically told me to fuck off. So when I was speaking to a lawyer, who works for a firm, she said that she could not represent me because of outside. She has a contract with them that she can't represent outside people. She asked me to send her the entire correspondence from YouTube that I had with them. And she looked over it and she told me that she thought that I had a really good case because based on what I sent her, what happened, my video, what they said to me, and their own terms of service and their monetization policies through the YouTube partner program, she said that she thought I had a really good case to sue them on the grounds that they breached their contract with me. Because when they go into a contract, because when they enter into a contract in the YouTube partner program, they're also going into a contract with me, you know? Like, I'm supposed to abide by their community guidelines, which I do, but so are they. They're supposed to abide by their own contract guidelines. They're supposed to abide by their partnership guidelines. And they didn't. Because to just kick somebody out like that and permanently demonetize them like that over a warning? Nah, that's breaking your own fucking guidelines. So they need to be sued and they need to be held accountable. Also, I just personally don't think that they should be able to do that generally to anybody because they have a monopoly. How do you just decide to ruin somebody's entire account? Like, how do you get away with ruining somebody's entire account and entire livelihood when you're a monopoly? You know, I can't just go somewhere else. No one has the reach that YouTube does. Nobody has a monopoly on the video sharing space like YouTube does. So again, they did break their contract with me because they did not follow their own guidelines. They did not follow their own procedures. They did not follow their own YouTube partner policy program policies. They treated me unfairly. They didn't give me any real due process. It just wasn't fair. So they absolutely should be fucking sued. And I hope that I can find somebody who will help me do so. If you know any of these people that may be able to, Whitney, can you put me in touch with them? Because anybody I just randomly cold call or reach out to, they don't get back to me. Like, I would have to, like, get in touch with somebody from somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, like, when I've tried to cold email people, they don't respond. It's had to have been, it'll have to be, like, somebody referred me to somebody, somebody introduced me to somebody, somebody set me up with somebody. So, yeah, I wanna sue them for me, but I also do wanna sue them for other people because I just don't think it's fair. Like, they shouldn't just be able to deperson people like that. They shouldn't be able to just, like, demonetize people like that and, like, ruin their livelihoods. And again, that was the argument that the lawyer that did go over my case said that she thought that I also had, was that, like, they break their contract by, knowing that people put their entire all this effort into creating content for them, and this is their livelihood, and then they just take it away. You shouldn't be able to do that. Somebody puts all the effort that they do into creating content and going live and building up your YouTube channel for them to just turn around and permanently demonetize you on a warning? For them to just turn around and permanently demonetize you on a warning. Nah. That's breaking your contract. That's fucking economic violence, bro. And all of this is being done on behalf of the Israeli regime, folks, by the way. All being done on behalf of the Israeli regime. Because if you're Ethan Decline, you can threaten people and dox people and YouTube won't do anything. If you're Destiny, you can threaten people and dox people and YouTube won't do anything. If you're Misfit Patriot, you can talk about how you don't care about dead kids in Gaza and YouTube won't do anything. If you're Channel 4, which is a genocidal channel that's monetized on YouTube in Israel, you can just do whatever you want and YouTube won't demonetize you. They lie when they say, oh, you can't have violent extremist organizations. That was the policy that they took me out under, when they literally have mob people on here, like ex-mob people promoting the mob. Excuse me? Excuse me? You have literal ex-mob people on here monetized, and you want to talk to me about violent criminal organizations? Please. Please. There should be a list of everybody that has done this that is still monetized. I have an ongoing list in my head. We got Destiny, we got Ethan Decline. We have that Yossi lunatic who's like a comedian, an Israeli comedian who's like psycho, monetized on YouTube. Channel 4, like I said, in Israel. Then you have like a bunch of ex-mob people where their whole channel is glorifying their days in the mafia. Monetized. So, yeah. They shouldn't be allowed to get away with that hypocrisy either. It's not fair. They should not be able to get away with that hypocrisy. It's just not fair. That's so crazy. For what? For what? I also don't think that they should be allowed to do that. That's why I want the laws to change. I want the laws to change. And I think that we should try to change the laws. And don't tell me that we can't. The right wing does it all the time. Whenever the right wing wants something, they always get it. They throw a tantrum and they always get it. So I think we should change the laws because they shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's one thing to like ban someone's channel, right? Like if somebody does like I get that, like if somebody has like a severe violation, you can ban their channel. But to actually permanently ban a person, no, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. Again, because this is integral to our lives now, the internet. The internet is integral to all of our lives. So I don't care whether it is like PayPal or YouTube or any other online platform. You should not be able to like deperson someone from there. Like, yeah, you should be able to like ban a channel, but like you shouldn't be able to ban like a person from ever going on there. Like, I think it's bullshit that they still haven't let Sneeko, I think his name is, back on YouTube. I don't know what he was banned for, but it's bullshit. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. Honestly, I think that people should stop begging them and start actually going on the offense against them, because I see a lot of creators, like, begging YouTube to, like, let them back on. Like, um I saw, like, a whole, thread that was, like, Sneeko talking about, like, Nick Fuentes or somebody else, I don't remember, and, like, some other guy named, like, Doctor something, I don't know, or someone will do it. It was like John will do it or something, a popular YouTuber who got banned. And I just think that, and you see them a lot, like, asking, like, "Please ask YouTube and their CEO to let us back on." I don't think that that should be, like, what people should be doing. I think there should be an organized effort to go on the offense. You know what I mean? Like, people like Sneeko, who has a pretty big platform otherwise, should be leading a crusade to sue their asses, to get hearings, to be getting Congress to, like, change the laws to make it so that you can't do that to someone. Because again, I get that, like, there needs to be guidelines. And I totally get that. Like, you shouldn't be, like, putting, like, CP on there and getting away with it. Okay, we get that. There needs to be, like, rules. But in a day and age where we live, where these people monopolize the space, and we need these spaces to function in our day-to-day lives, you should not be allowed to deperson somebody off of these platforms. If they do something bad to break community guidelines, you should be able to ban that channel. You shouldn't be able to permanently ban them. You shouldn't be able to permanently demonetize them. They should be able to start a new channel, start a new page. You just shouldn't be able to do that, because you shouldn't be able to commit that kind of economic violence against somebody in a space that you control, you have a monopoly on, and the only reason why you're able to get away with it is because of the laws and privileges of the US. They are able to get away with so much of what they're able to do because they are not regulated. They're able to get away with so much of what they do because there aren't laws and regulations on them. So if I'm Sneeko, that's what I'd be focusing on. I would be focusing on trying to gather the resources, the people, power, and the lawmakers to get them to change the laws, to get them to regulate places like Facebook and YouTube and all these places, and to hold them accountable for what they've done. Because all of these places have a lot of privileges by not being regulated. They have a lot of privileges by getting to basically act as de facto monopolies. So if I were Sneeko, if I were Nick Fuentes, if I were any of these people, I would be using my clout and my platform to get a hold of lawmakers and to organize a hearing about YouTube and about these other platforms. All of them, TikTok, Meta. I'd be using my resources and energy to gather people power and petitions and hearings to lobby lawmakers to put laws on them to make it so that they couldn't do this, to give people a digital bill of rights so that they cannot deperson someone. Because again, I get taking down someone's channel, okay? But you shouldn't be able to destroy their entire thing. You shouldn't. They should be able to have their channel and monetize their channel. And at the very most, like, you should, at the very most, for severe violations, you should be able to delete their channel and they have to start over. But, like, for minor violations, even for moderate violations, you should not be allowed to just take away their channel like that, demonetize them. And I'm talking about all the platforms, YouTube, all of them, Instagram, TikTok. There should be a digital bill of rights. And you just shouldn't be able to do that to people. And if they do something that's insane, because a lot of times people will be like, well, what about if they put CP on there? What if they threaten someone's life? Okay, well, that's also a crime. Like, it's also a crime to threaten somebody's life. It's also a crime. CP is a crime. So there's laws for that. Thank you. I don't know if you mean to me or to the lawyer, but it would be great if you could, if you know a lawyer that could look into my situation and help possibly represent me on a contingency that understands like internet law and or contract law. That would be great. Internet rights, whatever. If you could reach out to them and introduce me to them, because like I said, it won't work if I'm just like cold emailing people. They never respond. It has to be like an intro situation. But also if you need, my email is I am Blakely. It's like my handle at gmail.com. My email is at I am Blakely at gmail.com. If you could, I would really appreciate that. Thank you, Whitney. Yeah, I banned their asses. They were a clown. I could tell. I could just tell. Thank you. I just made a latte. I just put some espresso in oat milk. I really, though, if you guys have those Rex, want some of that. In fact, put them in the Discord. Put them in the Discord if you guys find Rex for uh sweeteners, like powders, or I talked about it way earlier on stream already, but like a powder or a, what are they called? Like the sweetener syrup, like a good brand. Cause I showed chat earlier. The brand that I had sucked and tasted like soap, like chemicals. Like the brand that I had earlier, like fucking sucked. And it was like mad chemical vibes. So like, if you guys find a good one, throw it in the Discord. Let's see. Can you explain what's written on your right hand? Oh, yeah, sure. It's a Bible verse. It's my favorite Bible verse. Um, no warning was exactly. Yeah, so the Bible verse that's on my arm is Philippians 4, 6, and 7. It's my favorite Bible verse. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Philippians 4, 6, and 7. I have panic disorder, and thank God, by the grace of God and by the grace of medication, praise Jesus, okay? I have not had a panic attack in years, but I used to get them chronically. Chronically. It was hell. It was hell. No way to live, non-functioning. I've dealt with really horrible, debilitating anxiety and hypochondria for years. And it was so bad um, that I was non-functioning. I literally couldn't function. I was going to the hospital constantly because my hypochondria would trigger the panic attacks, and the panic attacks would trigger more hypochondria, which in them would feed more panic attacks. And it was happening while I was drinking all the time. And so I would drink to make it go away, and then it would come back worse. And then when I got sober, it actually got worse after I got sober. So yeah, and thank God for medication, because I literally couldn't do anything. It was hell. It was hell. Like, imagine constantly having this sense of overwhelming impending doom, like you're about to die and that you can't breathe and you're choking on your own tongue and your mind is racing. Like, it was hell. It was hell. So, because of my history of panic disorder and my history of anxiety and hypochondria, I years ago got this tattoo so that when, I'd be having a panic attack and I'd be at the hospital, I would look down at my right arm, as they were taking my blood on my left arm, uh, which I also have a tattoo for similar reasons on my left hand. But if they were taking, my blood or my blood pressure, whatever, on my arm, I would often look down at my right arm to remind myself to pray and to, turn over my anxiety and my feelings of helplessness to God. So yeah, that's the story with the tattoo. Internet. Yes, we do need an economic bill of rights. We need an economic bill of rights, and we need an internet bill of rights, a digital bill of rights. I actually did, and they said that I did have a great case. No, it's going by too fast. I sent you an email. It looks different than your picture. How does it look different? I don't even know which email you're referring to. More in US for syrup? Hold. But do they have any small ones? These all look huge. Yeah, this is my worry though, because they all look huge. And so what if I get a giant bottle of syrup and it sucks? You know? Where are the samples? Uh, I don't know if you're referring to YouTube, but I'm aware. I'm aware. In fact, it's this kind of defeatist attitude why the left never gets anything. Because this is exactly what I heard. Ever since I started talking about this, immediately there were a bunch of people that were like, you can't do that. That's too hard. They're too big. Why even try? Just go somewhere else. Just create a new this and that. And it's like, man, the defeatist attitude of the left, man. I don't even know if this person's on the left, but all I'm saying is when the people on the right want something or when they are complaining about something, they fucking go after it, man. They go after it. They don't sit around talking about how hard it's going to be and how impossible it's going to be. Yes, I do have a Discord. Definitely join. It's in my link tree. It's also in my community tab of the YouTube if that's where you're watching. Although you should be watching on Twitch. Mm. What sounds good to me? That's a lot. Hmm. Wait, are you talking about Ethan Decline? Did Ethan Decline sue YouTube? Legal Eagle. Uh, wait, does he actually do law? It looks like he just makes videos reviewing legal channels, like legal shows. I don't see your Twitch link. I thought I put my, I thought I put my link tree in my YouTube. Wait, did Ethan Decline sue YouTube and win? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Whitney. So many people are just so defeatist. And I feel like, I don't know, I'm assuming most of the people that are in my community that watch on here are on the left. And I think a lot of it is just the problem of the left. It's just defeatist attitude. It's learned helplessness that I feel like a lot of the left learn from the Democrats. Like this learned helplessness of like, why even try? You'd lose. Why even bother? They're too big. It's like, well, maybe that's why we don't ever get anywhere because you guys aren't willing to try. Okay. And also like, if I could just find somebody that was willing to represent me, I believe I would win because it's so fucking unjust. Like, it's a joke that they did this. Okay. I'm going to win for me and I'm going to win for all content creators. And I don't know, there's something that particularly enrages me about being censored in my own country on behalf of foreign government. You know, it just really just grinds my gears. The fact that I've been censored and demonetized and punished on a platform that has hurt my income and my livelihood on behalf of a foreign fucking government committing genocide. That kind of pisses me off. Okay? Yes, I do. And you said that you sent me a email and that you didn't recognize my photo. What email did you send it to? And why didn't you recognize? You said it didn't look like me. What do you mean? I mean, I guess maybe it doesn't look like me. Where's my I am Blakely email? Let me see. I'm assuming you sent it to this email. Can you just share a photo? Oh, I guess I can see why you don't think it looks like me. How do you just share a photo? Oh, an image file, I see. I'll share it. I'm assuming this is the photo that you're talking about. It's okay, huh? Yarman. That picture? Yeah. I guess I can see why you don't think it looks like me. I do look different. First of all, I guess this picture is like 8 years old, but I'm not it's not that old. It's not like I'm using a picture that's 25 years old and I'm like, 50 and I'm using a picture from like when I was like 20. Some people do that and it's weird. It's like I guess this picture is old, but it's not that old. It's like 8 years old. I guess the difference is too I what is different? Oh, I already have my fake teeth at this point. Hadn't had my nose done yet. I'm wearing a lot of makeup in this photo, like a lot of makeup, and my hair's different. I have long hair here. Oh, this was during my base phase of this is during my base phase of having 60s hair. No, this was my 1960s phase. I always would do my hair and makeup like the 60s, and I had, like, my hair, like, really high, like, I did a beehive a lot. Yeah, I this was during my, like, 60s look phase, which I am going to bring back because it is my favorite time period fashion-wise. You guys wanna see my old Gmail picture from my music one? Hold on. What happened to it? Oh, maybe I don't have it anymore. Hmm, desktop. Where? Hold on. You wanna see the cover of one. Oh, shit. You guys wanna see the cover to one of my songs that I put out? I actually don't ever think I uploaded this. This was the song, "I'll Follow You." You wanna talk about, looking different here, okay? Um, this was one of my songs that I put out, like or I never actually put out, but it was, like, 10 years ago that I have, okay? This is also me, so get ready for this. This is about 8 years old too. I use that, um I use that this is about, like, an 8-year-old picture. I use this, for one of my demos. I used to I miss that shirt. It was a good shirt. Yeah, don't try me. I don't remember what happened to the shirt. I'm a New Yorker. I am. Yeah, eventually I will. I will. I'm sure I will perform again at some point. I would love to, like, get, like, a little band together to, like, perform with me, you know? I'd love to get that. I wanna do, like, some folk performances. Yeah, I'm aware, Jaya. I've had 'em my whole life. Tell my back that. Um, ah, yeah, a lot of people are surprised to find that out. I guess I hide them well. I don't even try to hide them. It just, certain shirts I wear, you can't tell. I haven't performed in a while, not live. I miss being able to perform folk music live. Like, I would have, like, somebody I would play with who was, like, playing the banjo or, like, somebody who would play the guitar, and then I would sing and do folk performances live, like, folk live performances. I miss that. I miss that. I haven't done that in a while. Oh my gosh, yes. But have you been to space? Have you even been to space? Have y'all been to space? Have you been to space? Oh my gosh, that was so cringe. That was so cringe. I wasn't talking about back fat. I was saying my back hurts because my boobs are big. That's what I meant. When you have big boobs like I do, it can really take some stress like here. I get like a lot of stress in my back a lot. Have you been to space? You know what I learned about Katy Perry, which really fun. No, actually, you know what actually scares me? Let me bring this up since we're still talking about songs. You know what really scares me, and I don't know why it scares me so much, but it gives me anxiety, is like when I tune my guitar, I'm always afraid that the strings are going to snap and hit me in the face. Like, I really don't like tuning my own guitar because it scares me. Like, I'm afraid I'm going to get snapped in the face by the strings, that they're going to break. Yeah, you know, a lot of people will say, like, oh, your husband is so lucky. And then I'm like, that's true, he is. And I remind him of that all the time. But also, he has also had to deal with my mental illness. So he's had to deal with that too. Okay, did you guys hear about Katy Perry? That she actually had a law named after her because she was like abusing old people. She was like she was like using her money to get old people kicked out of their apartments and houses. How fucked up is that? No, I know. He does keep walking in the cam shot. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I'm trying to protect him by not having him walk in because I don't want him getting the harassment that I get. I get so much fucking harassment. It's insane. Like, honestly, you guys, I get, like, death threats, like, every single day. The other day, some loser on Twitter, like, put, like, a gun in my responses and said that they were coming for me, that they're gonna find me. I get threats all the time. I get rape threats all the time. Zionists always threatening me and stuff, so I just don't want him to have to deal with that harassment. Yes, the nuns, Alex, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hold on, let me share it. I saw it on Twitter the other day, and I looked it up, and it was true. I was like, "Is this true?" And then I looked it up, and it was. Hold on. You guys, unrelated again, or going back to that, but, like, if I emailed Legal Eagle, do you think they would get back to me? He's got a really big channel, so he might not respond. Do you think he would? Hold on. Did I not reshare it? Oh, I thought I reshared it. Let's see. Katy Perry nuns. All right, I don't know where the tweet that I initially saw went, but I'll just show you guys this one because it's like similar. It says, I just learned today that they made a law. It's called the Perry Act because Katy Perry tried to buy property from an elderly man who was jacked up on painkillers from severe back surgery and wasn't in his right mind. And she also did that against an elderly group of nuns. How crazy is that? And then the nun died. She collapsed in court and died. Like she basically was bullying nuns. Okay. This is for real, you guys. Like, what a monster. Shout out to whoever came up with the idea, too, to name it that. The Katy Perry Act is proposed housing law. And I think it actually, I thought it did pass. Oh, maybe it hasn't passed? Is a housing law inspired by the real estate dispute between Katy Perry and an 84-year-old Carl Westcott. The act claimed to protect seniors from potential financial abuse in real estate transactions by establishing a 72-hour cool-down period where either party involved in a contract for the sale of a personal residence where one party is over 75 can rescind the agreement without penalty. The act was sparked by a legal battle where Westcott later claimed that he had been under the influence of medication when he agreed to sell his home. And then she tried to do it to another nun, and the nun died. Yeah, this person wrote, if you dig deeper, it gets so much worse. Some of the elderly people were nuns, literal nuns who lived and practiced their religion and served their community from the same place for decades. Their convent. Katy Perry wanted the land and harassed them ruthlessly for it. In a court hearing, one of the nuns literally died when her heart gave out from the stress of it all. She is a monster. Correct. Class action lawsuit for what, Mo? Medium plutocrat behavior. True. True. Oh, Jonathan, I thought you were sending me an email with information. All you did was send me an email saying that you sent me an email to tell me you got the email wrong. But what was the email for? Yeah, so in any event, she's trash. Total piece of shit. I'm gonna look into that syrup thing you guys told me about, the Monin syrup, but I want to see if I can try to find a smaller bottle. Those bottles are very big. What if I don't like it? Oh, okay. Okay, I see. All right, cool. Um, who's my favorite celeb? Right now, it's Malcolm Moore. It's anybody standing up for Palestine. That's where I'm drawing everything. People are like, "Oh, your politics changed." Yes, they did. They did. It's my politics are being now informed on everything by Palestine. What is happening in Palestine, where people are taking their stance on Palestine. whether or not people are standing up against the genocide in Palestine, whether or not they're taking money from AIPAC. Yes. Celebrities, whether or not they support Palestine. If they support Palestine, then I like them. If they don't support Palestine, then I don't like them. Basically. Okay. I gotta pee, you guys. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Did you guys see? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't even talk about this. Did you guys see that Cenk launched like Rebellion Pack as a new way to like take over the Democratic Party, and it's being led by Brianna Wu? Bro. And as you should, as you should. Oh, that's another one. Who just was fucking Richard Gere. I saw Richard Gere was pro-Palestine. He was reading pro-Palestinian poetry. And so that's another one. And then Malcolm Moore and Kalani. I don't know if you heard Kalani got disinvited to sing at Cornell after a bunch of Zionist crybabies harassed them into canceling it. I like her too. I like anybody who stands up for humanity in Palestine. And I'm with you. I'm fucking side-eyeing the hell out of anybody that has either, first of all, if you're on the side of the Israeli regime, you're garbage, like out and out trash. If you're one of these losers that have been silent and cowardly, fuck you too. Fuck you too. No, but here's my thing. Here's my thing. I don't fault Cenk generally for like wanting to start initiatives. Like, cool, good for him. You're gonna have this led by Brianna Wu? Are you out of your fucking mind? Really? Really? No, 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 no. She is a psycho. And you're gonna have her run the rebellion pack to take over the Democratic Party and make it into something good and populist, as this bitch is literally doing propaganda on behalf of the genocidal Israeli regime right now. She's in Tel Aviv right now doing propaganda for them. And all she does is trash the left. This is supposed to be an attempt to take over the Democratic Party by somebody who regularly trashes the left, says that she's glad that she's not the radical left anymore. And by that, she means she's a psycho-Zionist. She's a hateful, racist, Islamophobic, anti-Palestinian bigot who also throws trans people under the bus because she's a pick-me. And she's the one running the rebellion? No. No, 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 wrong. No, absolutely not. Don't give them a dime. Don't give it a dime. Not a dime. I'm not kidding you guys. She's actually literally doing propaganda in the Israeli regime right now. I'm going to show you her deranged video. Oh, Jonathan, I saw your email about China having DeepSeek being better. I agree. I have DeepSeek. I use it. I have it. I use it. It is better. Agreed. You could have, Jonathan, you didn't have to email that to me. You could have just put that in chat. My thoughts on Kat Abu, I think that's going nowhere. I don't think that the party is reformable at this point. And all you're doing by running in the Democratic Party is going up against a bunch of people that despise you, that hate you, that are never going to let you in, that are never going to give you power. and you're either going to be cast out or you're going to be absorbed into being an establishment hack. Those are your two options. The Democratic Party has absolutely no interest in being reformed. They won't be reformed. They hate progressives. They hate the left. They hate anybody left of Amy Cloud Bootjar. So why continue to help them? Why continue to help them? I think it's a fucking waste of time, honestly. Absolute waste of time. What is my thoughts on the Forward Party? What does the Forward Party even stand for? Okay, I want to show you guys this video. Now, she blocked me, but Twitter has changed it so that, like, if you search someone, you can, like, see some of their tweets. I'm Israel Chai. It's, like, so cringe. Just landed in Israel. My Zionism just leveled up. Fucking, what the fuck? Wait a second. She removed the executive director of Rebellion PAC. That was there last night. That was there last night. It said executive director of Rebellion PAC. Did she quit? Did she get fired? Let's hope so. Yeah, she blocked me. Of course, of course. Emily Schrader, who's a psychopath, also a genocidal psychopath, okay? An American who has the nerve to pretend that she's indigenous to Palestine, but she's like an American. Okay, so she's there to do genocide propaganda for her.
On Twitter, and my mentions are. I have a question. Okay, so I just put out how I am headed to the West Bank tomorrow on Twitter, and my mentions are 100% don't go, Brianna, it's not safe for you as a trans woman. No one told me it wasn't safe for me as a trans woman here in Tel Aviv. I was around some ultra-Orthodox Jews yesterday at the Nova Festival, and they just, like, sung a song. So, like, if it's so not safe for me here, why are so many trans people on board with Free Palestine? Help it make sense. I have a question. Okay, so I just put out how
this is what we call zero talent. Zero fucking talent. Are you kidding me? Help it make sense. Zero charisma. Negative charisma. Just making shit up. Doing propaganda on behalf of the regime. No one has ever paid for me to have an opinion about Israel. Really? Really? Who paid for your ticket to go to Tel Aviv? Show us. Bullshit. Bullshit. I don't believe that for a fucking second. I don't believe it for a fucking second. Show me who paid for your trip. I want to see the receipts. I want to see the receipts. Sure, Jan. This is so cringe, pretending like you're in danger. The sirens. Oh my gosh, the sirens. My safety. The sirens. Oh my gosh. This is so embarrassing. Oh, wow. You look very scared. This is so cringe. It's also so cringe that they're doing all this like atrocity propaganda at the Nova Festival. Like, it's so cringe. Oh, this was the one I was referring to. Hold on, I gotta pee. It's so fucking cringe.
Stuff Hey y'all, Brianna, I wanted to give you an update on my Israel trip. We are recording a bunch of stuff that I can't talk to you about yet, but it's super fun. This is a really, really great trip. Before I left, everyone was like, oh, it's Israel. Be safe, be safe. Like, y'all, this is Tel Aviv. It's just literally a city. Like, I understand there's some conflict going on in Gaza, but it's not like there are tanks rolling through the street here. This is a normal city. You can visit Israel. It's totally cool. It's so interesting because you just meet people here in Israel because everyone's super friendly. But it's this mixture of there's like this pride, and there's this there's also a deep root that I keep running into. Like, everyone's got a story about what it means post October 7th, and how it's changed their life. But overall, I'm having an absolute blast. Going to visit the Nova Festival tomorrow. I suspect that will be less of a blast, but it will be a meaningful experience, I'm sure. So anyway, just wanted to shoot y'all a quick update. I'm about to go over to I-24, shoot some stuff on their TV tonight, doing Emily Schrader's show on Thursday, which I'm really psyched about. But yeah, having an absolute blast. Y'all, you should come to Israel. It really is a good time.
All right. Let's look at some of the comments I may have missed. Wasn't that really fucking unbearable? She's so fucking cringe because she's acting like, oh, everybody told me how unsafe it was here, but it's so safe and people are so great. It's like, really? Yeah, bitch, it's safe for you. For you. Because you're an American and you're a tourist and you're white and you're not Palestinian. So of course it's safe for you. This is giving when Douglas Murray was like, have you even been to Gaza? I went with the IOF. It's like, yeah, you went with the IOF on an official propaganda trip with their protection. I know there's a conflict. You mean a genocide? There's a genocide. I know there's a conflict. Conflict. Yeah. And you're a clown because you're acting like it's weird that you would feel safe as a white non-Palestinian American tourist in the Israeli regime where they're totally protected from anything happening in Gaza. Total trash bag. Absolute trash bag. She's such a clown. She's attacking the Zohran Mamdani. I keep fucking up his name. Zohran Mamdani. She's attacking him. She recently had a post, even though she was going to be running.
Hey y'all, Brianna, I wanted to give you an update on my
She's supposed to be running Rebellion Pack and being like this big, like, Democrat, whatever. And she's like, oh, she had a post recently about how, like, she looks more feminine now. And she's like, oh, the reason why I look better and more feminine now is because I'm not a part of the radical left anymore. It's a good thing I left the radical left. And that's why I look more feminine. Like, shut the fuck up. You're not even a fucking Democrat. You're not even a liberal. You're not even a liberal. You're not on the left. You're not progressive. You're a fucking right winger. Okay. So yikes. I wonder if Jank, because she removed it from her profile. So is she still there and she just removed it from her profile, or don't donate money to this. Candidates. Okay, unless he hasn't said anything about it, I don't see her anymore on there. Her email was on there. Her email was on there. I don't see it on here anymore. It'd be fucking hilarious if she got fired, but it wouldn't surprise me if she quit. No, I was just looking over the website. When I first went there, it said email Brianna Wu at Rebellion Pack. It's not on here anymore. It just says email with your name. Wait. It's still her email. It's still her email. I just clicked on the email to see what it would bring up. I just clicked on the email to see what it would bring up, and it still brought up Brianna. So she is still there. Are they just trying to keep it on the DL now? He hasn't really tweeted today. He hasn't really tweeted today, but it's still her email. So even though she is not putting that she's the executive director anymore, that changed. But it is, and her email is not being listed on the Rebellion Pack website. When you click on it, it's still her fucking email. So no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. She's a despicable person. And nobody should be giving money to any of that. It's actually enraging. Who's that other Woo? Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. No, it's not. I think that's Cindy Woo, the one who was a Democrat and became a Republican. I think they're referring to Cindy Wu, I think. The one who, like, now she's done her whole, like, why I left the left grift. Hmm. Yeah, well, I haven't seen him share anything. So, not hmm. That one, yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, she's doing this why I left the left grift too. I think her name is Cindy Wu, isn't it? And she did like this embarrassing like humiliation interview on Laura Loomer's show. Like, this is what I'm talking about, the fucking nerve of these people. Putting a photo of an Auschwitz hand, a hand from Auschwitz and a Nova Festival as if that's even slightly comparable. This is coming from the same people, okay, that put a Star of David on the head of a Palestinian person that they kidnapped. Yeah. Where is the news article? Israeli prison releases a Palestinian with a Star of David shaved onto his head. Yeah, you showing a guy with a Auschwitz tattoo next to the fucking Nova thing is not even fucking comparable. What's fucking comparable is the fact that you psychopaths are shaving Star of Davids into Palestinian prisoners' heads. Enough with the fucking gaslighting. Psychos. Now, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. I think that no, wait, no, that wasn't it. I lost my train of thought. Okay, anyway, it's time to switch. We're going over to Rumble now. See you over at Rumble in like 5 minutes. Anybody who wants to join Rumble for the last part, we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But yeah, I'm gonna give 5 minutes, gonna join Rumble. And I will see you guys on Sunday. If you want to catch me before then, I might go live later on TikTok for a little bit. But yeah, I always have fun with you guys. I love you. Thank you so much. Sharks are Hamas, yes. Free Palestine, free Mahmoud Khalil, free Rumeza Oztek, free Masan Mandami, or Madawin. Maybe I'm saying his name wrong. The guy who was kidnapped also by the ICE. And yeah, definitely, if you can, follow me on Rumble, follow me here. Okay. Send me a lawyer if you know them. Become a Ko-Fi member, become a patron if you can. Oh, last thing I wanted to show you guys before we end this part of the stream. You know how I told you guys that that I found out after years of living in my neighborhood that the people that run my bodega, my like local bodega, are Palestinian. Okay? How amazing is that? And you know what he gave me the other day? The guy at my local bodega, the people that run it are Palestinian, and he gave me this for my keychain. Isn't that amazing? Beautiful. I love it so much. I've gotten some of the most beautiful gifts from Palestinians, and I'm super grateful for that. I feel honored from anything that they gave us. Blankets. Yes, that's you guys, which actually you just reminded me. I got a blanket from Wear the Peace that is fucking awesome. I'll have to show it to you guys on Sunday. So yeah, I'll see you on Rumble in like 5 minutes. We'll do the last part. We can talk more shit there. All right, everybody. Love you. See you later.